There's a report in Guinea that most of the females that are dressing anyhow, that are not wearing clothes that are very good, they are wearing provocative clothes, that the elder that they usually, in New Guinea, I mean to say, the reports in New Guinea, so the elders, they kind of bring themselves together and look for the way to punish this female. And they punish these females through gang rape. So they'll tell those males like that they should form a gang and go and rape those girls, as punishment. You can see, like New Guinea, you can see the sense of superiority that they are sending to this male. Like they are greater, that they are in the best position to punish their opposite gender. You can see that's the kind of what I'm actually talking in the physical environment of a thing. So the environment we find ourselves, they just try as much as possible to always send a sense of equality to everyone, that we are equal no matter the gender we are. And let's quickly go to the legal and social deterrent of victims of sexual assault. So most of those victims of sexual assault, what happens is that they hardly want to go and report the case, because they don't want to report the case because they know the person that perpetrated that act might be in a very big position. That person might even send someone to kill them or someone to harm them. The dangers of getting harmed or the dangers of something bad happening to them, usually make them keep those things to themselves. You can see, so most of these rape victims, they don't feel secure after the situation. Some people might even tell them that I'll kill you if you tell anybody. So we've seen a lot of cases like that someone say, if you tell anybody, you are dead, you don't come with that. That kind of person no feel express themselves. So it's just very good for females. They should be given a platform to express themselves without having this kind of mind that anyone can just come and attack them at the end of the day. Now let me talk of abuse of power. Yeah, abuse of power is that as people that they are in top position and they can use that as an avenue to rape a girl. And they'll definitely tell that girl that you can't do anything to me, that I have enough money to touch every place and make sure the case comes, that I have enough money to settle these people or settle that people. That kind of situation. That person will that person will feel so inferior to that kind of person, and that person won't be able to go about reporting to the police or trying to make any move against that person, because she knows that no matter the move she makes, no one is gonna ever listen to her and her voice won't be heard. So let's now go to the complications of rape. So what are the complications of rape? Well, the complications of rape, they are very, very bad. So let's talk on depression first. I know you want to agree with me that rape victims are very depressed. You can't expect a rapist to rape someone and that person will still be, herself after the whole rape of a thing. Are you expecting such? No, such person can't be in her best form. She might be depressed. She might not be able to go about her endeavors very well. She might be feeling so down. She might be feeling rejected by the society. This thing can open her to a lot of things. Being depressed can actually make her commit suicide. Being depressed can actually, lead to having this kind of trauma. And once you have this trauma of a thing, it can push you to do so many things. It can push you to want to take your life. We've seen a lot of girls that they've actually taken their life and due to suicide or due to rape issue or the other. Some, they've actually done that all because they are looking at themselves at what is how the society is going to be using to look at it. This thing can make them push themselves to the extremes to do that kind of thing. And let me talk about unsafe abortion. A lot of girls have actually aborted pregnancy in a way that is not safe for them, and in a way that it can even affect their future delivery of baby. Look at that. Someone might not be in a very productive age. Maybe she is still less of the age that is suitable for reproduction, and she now eventually have this kind of pregnancy through rape, and she won't just be able to hold the pregnancy. She might be pushed, understand? This kind of person might even be with her mom, or this kind of person might even be of age and be with her husband. That kind of person wants to push herself to the extreme, of aborting the pregnancy one way or the other, saying, oh no, Jide must not know I carry this baby. Or husband must not know, say, me I carry this. That kind of thing. Now that person, that thing will definitely push that person to want to take out that pregnancy one way or the other. And let me quickly talk about chronic pain. Just imagine, look at yourself. Just think. Imagine the pain that this rape victim are going through. The penetration might just be a penetration that is very, very hard for them to bear. The penetration that they never give a consent to. This might cause a lot of pain to them after the whole thing, and this could also lead to injury. Some people, due to committing this rape of a thing, they'll try to get hold of their victims anywhere near. They might even hit something on the victim's head. You've seen a lot of cases like that something was used to just hold the victim so that the victim won't be able to take herself. The victim won't be able to resist that thing. So that is a very, very bad thing. So let me talk of mortality from injury. To a lot of people too, at the process of wanting to rape them, or at the process of wanting to rape them, they'll take a lot of things to hit that victim, and that victim might end up dying in such a manner. And let me talk on the sexual dysfunction too. Sexual dysfunction is that some people, after being raped, they might have a complication in their sexual life. They might not be able to have pleasure for a period of time again in their life. So this thing is linked to psychological thing. So I can just say it's psychological. So they won't be able to enjoy sex very well. They might even see the opposite gender as, oh, look at this one. It's just doing anyhow. Angels is doing. Look as in tall like a local tree. So let's now talk on the way in which we can try as much as possible to treat this rape issue of a thing. So how can we treat this issue of a thing? The first way in which we can treat rape issue of a thing, that the rape victim should not be stigmatized. Rape victim should not be stigmatized. Everything should not do. Why are we saying they shouldn't be stigmatized? Once someone is stigmatized, one can feel like doing something that she doesn't want to do. So that once you stigmatize someone, that person there isn't even a bill that is passed that should prevent people from stigmatizing rape victim. That once you're stigmatizing rape victim, something will be done to you one way or the other. So with that law, but that bill hasn't been put into law. If that bill is put into law, so people won't be able to stigmatize. Another thing is that rape kits should be provided to all hospitals. If all hospitals have this rape kit of a thing, these are the kits that is used to take semen and the hair of the person that was raped, and the other samples and specimens from the scene of the crime. So if all hospitals have that thing, so they're very, very anxious to treat or to attend, to give examination to rape victim. And if the examination is given to rape victim easily, that might be passed in for forensic, and with the forensic analysis, they'll be able to get the perpetrator of the rape. So I just think the government should just try as much as possible. They should invest money into the rape kits, into the hospital having rape kits. Even though it's their government hospital, let them just provide enough money to them. They should invest in that, so that if they have rape kits and if the forensic analysis is standby, so that is going to really help them. So far, this rape victim knows that once this person I'm raping goes to station or goes to anywhere to report me, so far they can use one or two samples they can analyze one or two samples. They can actually get me. Such person won't want to do such a thing. Another thing is that once a rape victim should try as much as possible not to take her pets, and as in she should go for examination as soon as possible. So she shouldn't take her pets, so she won't be able to destroy any evidence. Another thing there is that counseling. Counseling is very important. Rape victims there should be counseled. There should be counseled that this is not the end of the world, and anything that they are going through right now is just like the downs of their life, and they should still be open for the ups, that this is not the end of the tunnel, so that they will still have that kind of strong belief in yourself. You're still on the ransom, don't change that tie. I know you are chopping the dodo for more of our show. Keep chopping it, keep eating it. I'm still with you. Still your blacking, it's still your boy black. Another thing is that we should just try, as the society, just try as much as possible. They should always encourage the female to report rape cases. They shouldn't keep the rape cases to themselves. It's very, very important for them to report these cases. Because if these cases are not reported, the perpetrator of the crime or of the rape act won't be brought to justice. So it's very, very important. Report that person. And if you get person where they rape, if that person not help and report, and normal like that, you just have to stand for each other. And if you hear that someone, if you eventually hear that someone is raped, you don't have to say that person is lying. That person can just hardly come up with a lie that she is raped or something. And boys can be raped too. And as a guy, if you see say they don't rape you to move forward, the poor person will rape you. Now so rape is not limited to one gender. A male can be raped and a female also can be raped, and females should just try as much as possible to avoid talking to strangers that they don't know. Even though you want to talk to stranger, leave some distances, and people that you just get friendly with, avoid going to their house. This you haven't known them for so long, avoid going to their house in order to avoid all these unforeseen circumstances of a thing. And it's so wonderful being on the show today. But anything you feel about this talk show, about the agony of a rape victim, what they stand to gain, what they stand to lose, and the way the society is looking at them, and how they can be helpful to this rape victim, how the society can be helpful to this rape victim, you can feel free to get into your comment section and tell us what you feel about it. And it's so wonderful being on the show today. Do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and do well to click on the notification. I beg you, please do that. I'll be so grateful. And tip me on the Brave browser. If you're a Brave browser user, all you have to do, if you are viewing this video on the Brave browser, just click on the right top corner, click verify content creator. After clicking verify content creator, you're gonna see Senti. Click on the Senti band. I'm gonna specify the number of bats you want to send, and I'm on all social media platforms. Do what to follow me. I would like to have a good person like you follow. I mean, you don't want to follow me. I beg, follow me. My social name is B_Wanton, and it's so wonderful being on the show. Be the first person to watch my show. Same time, same hour. Next time, if you are watching the plate, come and watch. Anything you are doing, come on. That thing they know they carry and they run. Oh, double. Bye bye.